I don't know who she is. I don't know who she became. I realized that this was a woman that was very simple, who I met in a $12 sundress and prided herself on being simple. And I don't care about money, stars, celebrities. I don't need to live and be around. I'm a simple girl. Now you want $20,000 a month for a 1-year-old? Now you've hired 3 law firms to try and knock my motherfucking head off. I did nothing to you to create that. Like, you should be able to say physical violence, I got 3 chicks pregnant on the side, and love child, and I was on the road and smashing chicks on, like, what did I do that made you become that? Everybody's got problems. Everybody go through shit. But I cannot sit here right now as a man to pull out my human calculator and say, I'm divorced, and I know why.
If I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision, no.
Samantha Lee admits she divorced Tyrese in an emotional fog and focused only on what Tyrese wasn't doing. But when you hear Tyrese's side, the entire picture shifts.
I'm an extremely emotional person. I can get so lost in my thoughts. I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He don't do this. He don't do that. Just focusing on these things. And because you don't have a certain person in your life to check you, that can get you thinking about the positive aspects of this person that you may not be thinking about when you're upset.
I love her. I love the child that we created, but I don't want her back.
On December 26th, Tyrese popped up on social media and announced that his divorce from ex-wife Samantha Gibson is finally finalized. And baby, he came with numbers. According to Tyrese, he allegedly spent nearly $2 million in legal fees during this divorce. He also says he endured what he calls $50 million worth of public scrutiny, PR damage, and reputational hits that played out very publicly. His words, "This was one of the most emotionally draining seasons of my life. But now that that's over, Tyrese says he feels liberated. He thanked God repeatedly, said the devil tried it, and made it very clear that he survived. Let's be clear, he ain't sitting in the house healing quietly either. First out, Turks and Caicos for his birthday and New Year's, because Capricorn season is being celebrated loud with what he's calling a legendary all-white party. For context, Tyrese and Samantha married in 2017, split in 2020, and share a daughter. Their divorce dragged on for years with ongoing financial and child support disputes. Tyrese had previously said Samantha was the woman who hurt him the most, but also said he's choosing peace over pain. So whether you believe the numbers or not, one thing is clear: Tyrese feels free, and he is thanking Jesus every step of the way. Now, take us out to group chat. You should give me a follow to stay up to date with all.
All right, look, check this out. This coming from a man that's been divorced, and my divorce lasted 2 years. I went through 3 attorneys. I didn't spend $2 million in legal fees, but the amount of money I spent was substantial for me and my, tax bracket. And I want to say this, and I want to be very clear. A nasty divorce, honestly, is not something that I would wish on my worst enemy. When I tell you a man is tested, tried, and true, he gonna go through every emotion that you can fathom in a dictionary that a human can go through, from betrayal to love loss to, just not being around his kids. It's a lot for a man to go through. And then the fact that he done that interview and basically said he really didn't know why he was getting divorced and didn't know why it couldn't have been stopped or reversed or whatever, and have an honest opinion that he felt that he did not do anything bad enough for this woman to leave him. That's a telltale sign of where his emotional state was, as well as what he was ultimately up against, being blindsided by this divorce. And if you go back and look at this lady and look at a lot of her videos and this, that, and other, this is just me speculating, but I honestly believe that she is living with regret going down that road of getting a divorce and leaving this man. And it's like she said in the interview, it sounds like it was from a bunch of friends and probably women that weren't married and don't have a good man in their life and were not in the situation she was in. Sounds like they talked her right out of her marriage. And she basically was saying that she didn't have a good or a positive influence or someone in her ear to tell her that she was making a mistake, and not doing things the right way. And unfortunately, that's modern day dating. That's modern day women nowadays. It's misery loves company. Let's get on the internet and spew nothing but negativity when it comes to men, women, marriages, and relationships. And a lot of women get caught in this cycle and do the same thing that this lady has done. Now this is just me speculating, and this is just us making assumptions on the information we've gotten. But for her to get online and say what she said, and for him to get online and say what he said, it just sounds like that is the case. But my thing is, if you follow her on social media and all the things she is preaching about women this and women that and respect your man and this, that, and the other, I honestly believe that is her way of putting back into the universe and trying to help other women learn from her mistakes and fumbling that bag and fumbling that good man. And and because I've watched quite a bit of her content, and she is putting women up on real game and up on real shit that they should and shouldn't be doing in regards to their men. And so I think overall, she does have regret. Overall, she is trying to right her wrongs by telling other women what to do and what not to do and avoid doing these type things to men. But at the same time, let's keep in mind, she didn't let that bag go. She fought for that bag. We don't know what the finalized divorce numbers are, whatever. We don't know what she ultimately gonna get, but we know she gonna get a bag every month. We know her and that baby gonna be well taken care of. She probably got a nice settlement, probably got some assets. So yeah, she probably is trying to right her wrong, but at the same time, she went and got that bag, and it it might have took however many years it took to finalize the divorce, but she did get her bag. But nonetheless, this is another story of a black man, a man famous, a man of color, a man of stature that's been taken down through there by a beautiful, gorgeous woman that swept him off his feet, fell in love, fell for the game, fell for the, whatever these type of women are out here spewing and putting on men and get them sucked in emotionally, and then just drop these men like bad habits. And but nonetheless, like, subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support. We are running towards 100K subs like it ain't nothing, and I want everyone to have a blessed day and a happy new year.